Namaskar, everyone. Welcome to another great dynamic introduction to these two amazing women from Sawantwadi. And it's a very interesting contribution that they are going to talk of because it's a mother and daughter-in-law duo who are in their own ways bringing in their own expertise and working their magic in not just Sawantwadi, but then it affects the whole country's cultural heritage. So we will first talk to Rani Sahib Shubhadevi ji from Sawantwadi. She has a degree in interior design from Rachna Sansad, Mumbai. She married and went into the Sawantwadi family, and she's been living there since the 1980s. And she has been not just trying very actively to revive and preserve the craft of Ganjifa making, but also amongst other the region's other arts and crafts, along with preservation and documentation of heritage. And Shraddha is a culinary chef. She's trained in America and she brings in her own expertise. And do follow her profile on Instagram. It's called Plated with Royalty. So now we welcome them. And yes, Farisaiva, first question to you is please tell us which museum, any historic house, any project you've seen anywhere in the world, and how that has helped you, spurred you into doing something for Sawantwadi. Do you have anything in mind, any memories of any place which you would like to recreate in Sawantwadi at your palace?
Well, namaskar, and thank you very much for getting on this platform. It has been a wonderful journey coming here into Sawantwadi. My earlier recollections were with Ai, who I fondly called Ai Rajmata. I always used to see all the artists. She used to sit in the Darbar Hall in Sawantwadi, and she always used to sit with the artists around her and teaching them the cards, the drawings, the corrections of the god figures, the symbols, and how we kept up to the colors which are very traditional. She always told them not to change the colors of the Ganjifa. That's what we have been trying to preserve. So this has been one of my earliest memories of her, and also her humbleness and simplicity in handling everything, in handling the people around her. That's what gets me memories. In fact, it gives me goosebumps even while talking about it now. Also, on another level, when I was on a trip to London with my sister, we had gone to the Victoria Albert Museum in London, and that's when I saw the Ganjifa cards.
Yes.
And that's what I realized, that if V&A can endorse our cards, which is worldwide, definitely there is a lot more of it in Sawantwadi. We make about 35 different varieties of different cards.
Wow.
Uh, this is what the artists have been busy with throughout the pandemic. So it's been a very, very interesting journey here. And it keeps us busy the whole time. So definitely, yes, it has been very, very informative. It's a learning process for us throughout. We are still learning a lot about it. And as much as information as we get from people who we know, and Rajesh Saib also. So it has been very good.
What about you, Shraddha? You are recently newly married, I should say, 3 years, right? You said.
Yes. So, namaskar, Paulami. I think my earliest memory with the museum in Sawantwadi is one of my fondest, actually. So, we have the Deccan Odyssey that comes to the palace for about 9 months of the year. And, we tend to meet a lot of interesting people from all walks of the world. And they have so much knowledge. And, sometimes conversations go on for longer and we talk about, exchange our ideas about art and what they've learned through the journey. So, it's always very interesting. And I feel getting married into this family has given me an opportunity to be able to meet with so many more interesting people that it keeps you inspired and you keep wanting to do more. We do have plans of extending our museum right now, and it's been mom's dream for a while that we want to recreate the Ganjifa Card Museum, which Aji had bought a collection from Kishore Govardhan Das a couple of years ago, and we want to do it in memory of them. So we're really looking forward to it.
Wow. So do you have any kind of museum you've seen, any pattern, anything, any specific thing that you would want in your museum?
So there's one thing that I really would like to do with the museum here, adapting to the modern days. We want to create art installations and we want them to talk about Sawantwadi art. So, we have a lot of export order products that were lying around in the house, and we want to create something out of it. And we want to create barcode scans. So when somebody comes in, they record that barcode and you get to know more about the Sawantwadi art. So we want to adapt to modern day techniques as well. And that's what I would like to do for the museum here.
That's brilliant. That gives so much, it means so much to us, because I mean, I come from a field of museums, because when we talk in class, when we teach, when we talk to young students, school students and teachers and college students, there's not much to share and show, because our museums don't have the collections online, on any database. So it would be wonderful that, if you could integrate what your thoughts are, your collection with digital technology. So, ma'am, the next question is for you and of course, Shraddha, but you've been in the field for so long. How do people perceive you as a woman? Do you think they treat you differently? They accept you and appreciate you differently?
Oh, definitely, they do treat you with a lot of respect. And it depends on how you're interacting with them. They've observed you, they observe you a lot also. And you definitely find it easier. I have had no problems being a woman and being with the artist. In fact, it has been much more easier. I suppose you observe a lot I observed a lot from my mother-in-law as to how she handled the people. And once you know your subject well, you can ask them to do various changes. That's when they listen to you. You know a little bit of the history and you try to teach them. I think a lot of the processes that when you try to not only help you, but you also take their help, sometimes they also give you a very good advice. So that's, I think, that give and take of a relationship between the artist is very, very necessary. And touchwood, it has been a very, I would say, a very nice journey throughout. You've learned a lot, they've learned a lot, I have learned a lot throughout. And there are always people who you ask for, whether it's history, there are historians. There is my husband who's extremely good. So you learn on the way. There are lots of things you don't know, but I think it's good that if you have that aptitude to learn a lot and accept what is going, it definitely makes your journey much more easier. So
this is very interesting what you said, that they respect you so much. That makes things, of course, so much more easier. They're ready to understand that she comes to us not as in a position of power and demanding, but is working with us. Shraddha was saying during the lockdown, you actually would go and spend time. Didn't you feel scared? Wasn't it unsafe?
Even through the lockdown, God has been very kind. We've had no problems with as far as our work is concerned. We always had the artist. We gave them the choice to come and go, and we took all the precautions. So and left the choice to them. So a lot of our artists worked throughout the lockdown, and so our production was always kept on. Then we improvised a lot. Shraddha did a lot of work with technology and all. So and we did a lot of sampling also. So some of our old samples which were there earlier, Shraddha did get them out, and we revived some. We made a lot more designs with them, and some of the designs which we always wanted to do. So we had this time period where we could experiment with a lot of items. So it has been very interesting throughout, I think so. And yes, the artist did come in as an on. They only when the buses and all were not working, that's when they took an off. But they always sometimes worked from home too, because there's always a little bit work here and there. Plus, with the Ganjifa card, all of it is hand done. So it does take a little time. So then we balance it with other products of ours to keep it going.
You, Shraddha, as a woman, as a the Yuvrani, like do and somebody who's from the big city, right? From Mumbai. As a woman entrepreneur, you said you're a sorry, I sommelier.
Sommelier.
Yeah, sommelier. So could you tell us more about it? You said you're also in the process of upgrading your hotel, something like that.
So right now, to begin with, as a woman entrepreneur, even when I was training as a chef and we worked in the industry outside, um, I'll be honest, it wasn't easy. As a woman in the culinary field, especially in India, now is becoming much more acceptable. But it is tough, right? Because you're always competing with the men, and because there are certain things, like in terms of like physically lifting things, they are better than us. But in terms of skill, you can't comprehend or you cannot compare because everyone has their own skills. So learning that when I was working as a woman entrepreneur, I've always realized that, for a woman, it's very difficult to maintain a balance between a home and a work life. And mom and I both have worked outside, so we do relate with them. And so even when we're talking to our women artisans, we are always one to, like, speak to them about it. We speak to them about their day-to-day problems, and luckily they find it very comfortable, and they come and share their problems. If there's something, we always adjust, and we also make it a point to always encourage them. So like mom was saying, with the pandemic we started doing a lot of online workshops, and usually it was always our senior artist who's Mr. Baru, but like this time what we did is we try to push the women forward, because it's important for them to see a world outside of Sawantwadi and to be able to interact with more people. And now that they do it, they're very happy. They earn a little bit more, they take something home. In fact, the other day, one of my artists said that, this is the first time from my money I'm buying something for my mother. So it feels good to give them that sort of an encouragement. And when you were saying about the sommelier is basically a wine expert. And I've studied that from New York because my husband and I both belong to a culinary background, and where the family is in the middle of opening a boutique hotel, which we based on our arts. But we also want to do a lot with food, where we want to revolutionize the Sawantwadi cuisine. We want to serve Japanese and Korean along with desserts and bread, which Lakham does. And it's very important to have a food and wine pairing. And that's where I feel like my degree will come in handy, and we'll be able to serve a lot more. And we're really looking forward to it.
So that's amazing. That's really amazing, that you're contemporizing, keeping in times with what people want in the world without compromising on the local, regional, traditional, what the offering is, right? So then one gets more organic and sustainable. It's not just a hashtag to be used. You're actually in the field doing it, right? So in terms of how do you place yourself as Sawantwadi ma'am? I would ask you, you've traveled the world over, you've been to so many museums and so many other heritage institutions and all. On a global platform, how would you place Sawantwadi so that more people come here or hear of it, visit it, want to know? Do you feel intimidated that we are a small place? How do you perceive?
No, I definitely would not feel intimidated, because I'll tell you why. Um, Earlier with the Ganjifa cards, each state in India, it came down in the 14th century and it was got down by the Mughals. And each state in India, right, from Kashmir to all the places, had the cards. Now, there are very few of us who are doing these cards. There's Bishnupur, then there is Orissa, Mysore, Rajasthan, and us. So there are very few, it's just a handful of people who are doing these cards. And sometimes we also do it for the other states. So I feel very proud that as a handicraft, that we are still carrying on this tradition and trying our level best to encourage artisans to come in. So hence we will support it by having our right from the boutique hotel to our halls, which we will rent out. So this craft stays afloat. And definitely my mother-in-law and father-in-law's dreams, that was their dream. And I'm very happy to see that, both Shraddha and Lakam, both being chefs, I mean, though it is something not in their field, they have taken such immense interest and just done a wonderful job about it. So I definitely feel there's so much more to go and there's so much more to do.
Yeah, I follow Shraddha on Instagram and I've been following a profile and all. I was like, okay, I have to come soon. Like, I'm sure a lot of people ask you that, right, Shraddha? So what's your big plan after, I mean, once the lockdown ends and all, do you have something?
Pardon, I couldn't hear you.
Once the lockdown ends, do you have some like plan for your the palace, and like ma'am is saying, the hotel, and you mentioned that you're developing the crafts to be in the hotel.
Yes.
And could you please tell us all what is Ganjifa?
Okay, so Ganjifa is a playing cards. They basically, when they came down from the Persia, they were based on the Mughal system. So it was based on the king and his court. But when the Hindus adapted it, there were different versions created, which the Hindus could relate more with. So there came the Ramayana, Mahabharata, Dashavtar, out of which Dashavtar is the one that stuck around. And everyone started practicing Dashavtar Ganjifa in their own way. So like mom said, so every state used to practice it, but every state used to paint it differently. For example, if you look at Mysore Ganjifa, their colors are more on the black, red, browns, where their eye expressions are more vivid, the mobility of the figures is more. Whereas when you look at Sawantwadi Ganjifa, our deities are more delicate. Their expressions are very subtle. We used colors that were available here. So we used a lot of sinduri, red, the laterite red, yellows, and they relate more with Sawantwadi. Now that for you, Ganjifa is basically playing cards, like I said. It's 120 cards with 10 suit signs, which is based on the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. And how this game is played is you put a white cloth on the table because they believe that it is the purest form, and you just put all your cards face down. And it's played in multiples of 3. And it's one of the versions of the Ganjifa game, similar to Tindo Pach, where Lord Rama is the trump card before sunset and Lord Krishna is the trump card after sunset. So it's a very strategy-based game, and it's actually very fun.
I have seen Ganjifa cards in museums, but I would love to own a set and play. I'm sure a lot of people who are hearing this would also learn to play this.
You must actually come and play. What we want to do, even with the boutique hotel, is when we want to have a games area where we are going to display all our traditional games. We're going to display the Dashavtar so people can come and learn how to play. And so even when Ganjifa was made, the Dashavtar Ganjifa was made back in the day, they believed that, by saying God's names, they would wash off their sins. The women of the house, when they used to play it. And it also takes you back to your mythological stories, which the younger generations today may not know. So it definitely takes you back to your roots.
It's storytelling completely, right? Using fun and games, and it's very good that you're reviving it. And then the idea that of your palace itself being like a display area, so that people, their curiosity is aroused. That's a wonderful idea. And what kind of food can we expect then?
In the day, actually, what we want to do is we want to do a typical Sawantwadi cuisine thali, where we'll be serving, Malwani, Sawantwadi, Tanjavur food, because mom's side is also very influenced with Tanjavuri cuisine. So we want to display all that. And at night, we want to do more modern day cuisine. So I specialize in Asian food, so I want to bring about more Korean and Japanese food. And Lakham is a pastry chef and a baker, so he'll bring all his plated desserts and entremets. So we want to do really fun stuff also, and breakfast we only want to do like eggs of like how many ever kinds. I'm in fact working on an egg book right now because I'm very passionate about it. It's one of the most simplest ingredients to work with, but you can do so much more. It's so versatile. So that's the plan, and we also want to do a lot of food pop-ups where we invite celebrity chefs, people from all over the world, and invite them to come have a meal with us, because I've seen, photos of the Darbar Hall where, the Sawant Bhosle family used to host all the dignitaries back in the day. And we want to do something similar, bring back what was done, but with a modern touch.
So that brings me to the next question, ma'am, which is in terms of extending the local traditions and the arts, the cultural heritage, the artistic heritage. Is there more to Sawantwadi than Ganjifa? Music, dance, theater, puppetry that you were planning to do? Do you have already some annual shows or anything? Could you tell us?
Yes, definitely. There is a lot more. Sawantwadi is known as like an arts and crafts destination, I would say. And we have a lot of Dashavatar Nataks. Then, yes, we have a lot of, there is music, there is theater. Then we also have puppetry. There is a small village by the name of Pinguri. And which are real. So we want to get all these art forms on a platform, and we are open to. We have a lot of mangoes, so we can have a mango festival. That's what we would like to do. So it's not only just arts and crafts. It's just tapping the rest, what is very popular. And though Sawantwadi being a small town, I'm very proud of the people around here, because they are very hardworking, they are very intelligent and smart too, and they are always very eager to learn. And definitely, they would be any sort of encouragement coming from everyone. They would be very happy for that.
Sorry, I'm sure that if it is presented properly at the right places, then of course it would be wonderful to experience that. And I would also like to mention that our design intern right now, Madhulika Deshpande, is a student of Whistling Woods International, and she visited Sawantwadi last year with a class, and she got very excited when she was helping design these promo posts and all, and she said, "Oh, I know, I've met Shraddha and we did this Ganjifa workshop, and we would like to go back again." So obviously you're connecting to a wider audience. You're not saying that, okay, the old fashioned way that, okay, we have a shop, come and buy. Otherwise, like, you are going out, like, as you rightly said, the whole purpose of this set of interviews is to let people know that you are not, because you come from a royal family doesn't mean that you're sitting in a position of power and expecting people to come to you. You are actually going out and connecting, researching, documenting, and then presenting the whole essence of Sawantwadi in such a manner that there's a whole global appeal, looking at all the age groups and different ranges. So now we come to the most exciting question for Shraddha, I think, use of social media. Please tell us what it means.
So, like you said, when we talk about the importance of social media, there are about 3.7 billion active social media users right now in the world. So yes, social media is extremely important because it helps you connect with an audience which is so much vast that you couldn't or wouldn't be able to otherwise. And I feel like through social media, through your Instagram or your Twitter, you build a more authentic relationship with your potential customers, where you not only show your end product, right, but you're showing them your struggles, you're showing them your success stories, you're showing them the process that goes behind making what we do today. And you tend to appreciate the art more. Even when we do like online workshops, we've realized and we've seen that people actually tend to appreciate the art more, because after spending 2 hours trying to paint one card, which our artists do 120 of each in a day, it is extremely tedious and it is not easy to do. So coming back to where social media takes you, it helps you show your journey, which is extremely important. I mean, look at it today. Like we're talking to you here, and now you're going to put it up on social media, and we're going to be able to connect and tell a story to so many more people. So yes, it does have its power, and we just need to know how to use it and where to draw the line.
So you are conducting culinary workshops also through social media?
I have done only two, where actually I was teaching 10-year-old kids how to make brownies and chocolates. So
Wow.
that was my first experience. I was actually doing it for the school in Bombay. And like, because I do tend to go and teach there once in a while. So this was the first time, because of the pandemic, we ended up going to Hillspring. Like I did an online course with Hillspring International where we taught them how to make brownies. It was fun.
So you would be open to online workshops, culinary and Ganjifa card across the world, right? If they, so
Yes.
everyone, please do log in, follow Shraddha on Instagram, again, Plated with Royalty. We will put it in the comment section also, so that you can contact her and find out more about workshops, and so much to learn, so much to share. And thank you so much for giving us your time. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you. Shraddha, before we end, could you please tell us the experience that you're sharing for the auction?
Yes. So
Donated.
we are offering 1 night and 2 days in Sawantwadi, where we want the bidder to come and experience what living in Sawantwadi would be. We will also be offering a 2-hour personal workshop with one of our artists, where they can learn how to paint one of the Ganjifa cards. We are also offering an evening tea with the Sawant Bhosle family, and a full spread of Malwani cuisine. It will also include all your meals. And we just hope that the person who bids for this can come and experience what we do on a day-to-day basis.
That's awesome. People, please bid. Do not forget to bid. The online auction India for Artisans is on 30th November, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. IST. And you could land up in Sawantwadi next year, who knows. Thank you so much again. Namaskar, ma'am. Best of luck to you, Shraddha. See you soon. See you
Thank you
soon,
so
like not virtually, only somewhere physically.
much. Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.